got full sight, or full, All right, back at the Myrtle project, 4-bed, 2-bath. We got a full house today with all the workers. They're getting everything. The paint's done, or paint is going in right now. We already had the new roof put on. We're fixing the walls today. We're putting in a new door, fixing a new header, and we're working on getting all the wallpaper off. So let's go take a look, see what they're doing. So we're back at the hoarder house. All of the junk has been removed from the house, and now my crews can finally go in and start doing all of the renovations. I can only imagine what they found underneath all those piles of junk in the basement, and quite honestly, I don't even want to know. Yeah, we're gonna replace all these with quartz. The cabinets are actually in pretty good shape, so all we'll have to do is just clean them. And then we'll put some new handle pulls on them, make it look really nice, new backsplash. See the hardwoods? So this house was very unique in the fact that once we closed on the house and the seller had gotten her money, she came back, and we show up in the morning, we start trashing everything out. These homeowners think they can just come back in the house after the house is sold and they've got their money very nicely. No, you cannot. I mean, the house is no longer yours. We were actively clearing stuff out, and she comes back with about three helpers, and they were physically stopping my workers from cleaning the house out, because what we were throwing away, she decided that she was going to keep after the house had closed and it was no longer hers. Most of them were armed for one reason or another. So again, going back to as little of confrontation as you can have with the homeowner, the previous homeowner, is the best solution. And in this instance, I didn't even have to speak to her entourage to know that this was not going to be something that I wanted to have a conflict with. So it's really time consuming taking off all the wallpaper right now, so that's what they're doing. They're fixing all the taking off all the wallpaper, fixing all the imperfections and everything, and then we'll be ready to paint after that. I thought about keeping the pink door, but probably not the best. By the time I had gotten there, the house was free of junk, and they were actively working on fixing the walls, you know, doing all of the prep work to actually begin the renovation. Yeah, and so in here, we're gonna keep the shower surround, and then we'll just do a new vanity, add some new flooring, and then fix all the walls and everything. So not a complete gut job. You ready for this? There actually was a floor down here. The difference between a professional renovation company and somebody just starting out is that I can look at a house, I can immediately tell within 5 to 10 minutes whether or not that house is going to be a viable option for our business model, and I can properly estimate how much profit we're gonna make on the sale. This room was so chock full of everything, and we had to cut away all this drywall because it was pretty molded and everything. So we ended up just gutting the entire thing, taking all the drywall off, and we're gonna fix it right. And we're gonna add, this will just be a half bath, so we're gonna add vanity, toilet, and then enclose everything. And then on the other side, we're actually gonna build a hallway right here. You have to be able to dig through all of the clutter and the junk when you look at a house and see it for its potential. And then once you focus all of your time and energy on what it could be instead of what it is, that's when you can make the most money. So this is what's called egress, which means it's a code requirement that it has to be a certain height off the ground so that if there's a fire, somebody can get out in time. And since this window is egress, it's low enough to meet the city requirements. We're just gonna make this a bedroom. So it adds value to the house and increases the bed count. And so over here, we're not gonna finish all this off. This all just be paint, and we'll just make it look really nice, just clean it up. I mean, this could have been a bedroom here because there's a closet, but we're gonna make that space just because of the window. Because see, these windows don't meet egress right here. So that's the reason. So we bought the house sight unseen. We bought it just going off pictures of from the wholesaler of what the current condition was. And anybody who could have seen this house would have been immediately like, nope, not gonna go for it. But we ended up getting it, and upon sale, this has turned out to be one of the best houses that we've ever bought profit-wise. All right, so we are working on the paint right now. We've already got the roof going, or the roof was put on last week, and we got the primer. Everything's being scraped, fresh coat of paint, black trim, black doors, and everything. So he's working on scraping all the things going on, and this will look like a completely new house once it's just got the paint job on it. The exterior on this house is made with a very certain type of shake wood shingle. The siding requires a lot of by hand manual labor. Normally when we paint a house, we just power wash it, and that gets most of the loose paint off. But since this is a cedar shake wood shingle, you have to manually scrape the shingles by hand. Very time consuming, very expensive to do. One thing you have to realize when you're running into this type of siding, you should always add about 10% into your painting budget because of the increased labor costs and the amount of time that it's going to take to do it right. If you do it wrong, it's going to show it's going to be very apparent on the finished product, and it's going to look pretty bad. Jason!
Yes.
Is it okay? Yeah? Okay, I'm just coming back here. I don't want to get sprayed. All right, how are you?
Good.
Good.
So he got two coats.
2 coats? We
Yeah.
need 2 coats?
Yeah, he got a spray and roll.
Okay.
The second coat.
Yeah, it's gonna look good.
Yeah.
Back. So the deck, I don't think we saw it last time, or if we did, what we're gonna do is just, it's actually in pretty good shape. So what we're gonna do is just fix some of the handrails, power wash it, and then stain it. Is this just to hold the ceiling up? Yeah. They go that way?
Well, that way. So if we have to make a wall right here, we have to do it.
Yeah. Well, whatever keeps the integrity of the wall, that's fine. So they can just pick from the materials that are on the job site, and what he does as well is that he sets the vision alongside me for the entire project. He's the one who's the expert in everything, so when we were looking at the pipes downstairs, he'll know if it's cracked or needs to be replaced, and he's just gonna do it without even telling me. He'll bill me later for it because I trust the integrity, his integrity, that he knows he's not gonna cover anything up, he's not going to cut a corner, and we can do the project right. So everybody inside working, they're more of the tradesmen, and the general contractor, he is the boss of everything. And then he reports to me, they report to him.